Hey, Jaleese, yeah, you been having a lot of masculine energy with your little ass. But I just got your schedule. I'm gonna pull up on you tomorrow. I know where you supposed to be. So I'm gonna pull up on you tomorrow and we gonna have a conversation. I wanna see if you gonna keep the same energy. Fuck you think you is. Mighty Mouse. Fuck out of here. Check this out. I pulled up on her. And when I pulled up on her, right?
No, Wack, Ben.
He pulled up on me. Y'all stay tuned. I did it again. Yeah, I did it again. Yeah, the pull up is real. Y'all better watch what y'all talking about. We interviewing Wack today. Just might pull up with your eye. Coming out on the Honey Show and the DC Baby Draco YouTube channel. Give us about 2-3 days. We ain't gonna do you the way them other guys do you. Give us about 2-3 days. Matter of fact, what's today? Today's Tuesday?
Yep.
It'll be out by Thursday, midday, and Friday morning. Stay tuned.
Wack 100 just did something super iconic for the Northern California content scene. Whether people love him or hate him, you can't deny that he stepped in and made DC and Jaleese put their differences aside and squash the beef. In a space where egos, clout, and pride usually run everything, that was a rare moment of maturity. What made it even more dope is the fact that this situation didn't end with somebody going to jail, getting hurt, or losing their life. Too often, conflicts like this spiral out of control, and the ending is always the same: regret. And let's be clear, it's not just rappers who beef. Content creators get in the field too. This isn't just cameras, microphones, and uploads. Real emotions, real pride, and real reputations are involved. A lot of people underestimate how deep content beefs can go, especially when platforms turn disagreements into public spectacles. So before anyone speaks on this situation, they need to do their homework. What makes this situation complicated, though, is the level of accusations that were thrown around on both sides. This wasn't light disrespect or petty shots. This was heavy stuff meant to embarrass, discredit, and damage each other publicly. And now that things are squashed, the biggest question remains unanswered: what was true and what was a lie? Once certain lines are crossed, you can't just rewind the tape and act like none of it happened. If two people didn't get along, but kept it relatively respectful, patching things up would be easy. But when both sides accuse each other of the worst, trust becomes almost impossible. It's not even about holding grudges, it's about self-preservation. How do you sit across from someone who publicly tried to destroy your character? How do you shake hands knowing there's no real clarity on what was fabricated and what wasn't? I'm all for peace. Don't get it twisted. Growth is important, and resolving conflict is always better than letting it escalate. But peace has to be real, not rushed. Forced unity without accountability can be dangerous. If wounds aren't actually healed, all you're doing is putting a temporary bandage over something that can reopen later. And when it does, it usually comes back worse. This moment should be looked at as both a win and a warning. A win because two grown individuals chose dialogue over destruction. A warning because reconciliation without transparency can create a false sense of safety. Peace isn't just standing next to someone on camera. Peace is knowing where you stand when the cameras are off. If DC and Jaleese truly talked everything out behind closed doors, cleared the air, and set boundaries, then salute. That's growth. But if this was done strictly for optics, pressure, or influence, then both sides need to move very carefully. History has shown us that unresolved resentment mixed with public platforms can lead to unpredictable outcomes. At the end of the day, this situation highlights something bigger than just one beef. It shows how powerful content culture has become, how serious these conflicts are, and how important it is to move with strategy, integrity, and accountability. Not every beef needs to end in violence, but not every beef is ready to be forgiven either. Peace is powerful, but only when it's earned, genuine, and protected.